powerful words and that meeting with this situation at low. This is a very, very touching, serious situation. And I appreciate everybody for their remarks and supporting our young people. And I want to definitely highlight Siobhan for being calm and collective in dealing with the disrespect that was showed to her when trying to speak about the issues in her concern. So thank you guys for that and all the young people who support the movement. We appreciate you guys, and we're going to keep pushing this thing until we get the results and the answer that we want. So we ain't stopping.
3, 2, and 1. Welcome, everyone, today to another amazing show of Both Sides of the Conversations Hidden Gem segment. We have an amazing segment today. I'm your co-host and co-founder, Rico Hamilton, and we also have
John Henry, co-founder of Both Sides of Conversation. And today we have a couple of phenomenal educators to help facilitate today's Hidden Gem show. We have Tachelle, who's an SF State College lecturer and associate director of the 100% College Prep. And we have Diontae Burton, who's a college transitional coach at 100%. Welcome everybody to help us tonight. With that being said, we're going to get this thing rolling. We got one guest that might be pulling up a little late here on us, but we'll get him in as he comes in. We got to keep an eye on him in the chats. Before we get started, just wanted to say a couple of things. For one, PSA for community. We know here in the Bay Area, we have an enormous storm coming in. This is the first storm of the winter that's going to hit us hard, hit us pretty good. And I just want to make sure community understands. Let's reach out to our seniors of the community, reach out to people in the community with disabilities, make sure they have the necessities that they need to get through the storm. The winds are really impacting us. We have high wind advisories. There's a lot of trees falling down, so people are going to be losing power. Let's make sure our elders in the community has flashlights or a way to reach out if they lose cell phone service to community if they need support. Definitely with the flooding and the rain, please call 311. We want to make sure that community understands in San Francisco to call 311 and not 911. We don't want to tighten up our emergency personnel as they are going out trying to deal with real emergencies. Floods and power outages, we could use 311. A lot of the service drains because of the COVID hasn't been maintained. We know that the first storm always get us. Potholes and corners will be flooded with water. Please be safe as we are crossing intersections and driving. Also, real quick, just want to say to all community, let's make sure that we wrap our arms around our young people and our seniors of the community as this pandemic has taken a toll on us in so many, many, many ways. And mentally, we've had a couple of conversations with some young people today who have been challenged with some of the issues that are going on with the antisocial movement and not being able to move around socially in this pandemic. and a lot of them are suffering with depression, anxiety, and we need to let our young people know we are proud of them, we support them, and we need to just show some love and let them know it's okay. And we will get through this. We will get through this. But I know mental health is definitely impacting our community in a way it's never have, and it's starting to affect our young people. There's been a number of suicides from our educational standpoint with this Zoom. And we just want to make sure that we check in with people and make sure that we're doing welfare checks and checking on our loved ones and making sure that they're okay in this time. And very, very important. So just wanted to get that out there. And any way we can help you, we know some people are challenged with Wi-Fi and they're using their cell phones to watch us, and they're looking forward to both sides of conversation, providing them with communication. And we're going to keep getting that communication, feeding it to and checking on the community. So with that being said, we are going to open up tonight's hidden gems. We have a phenomenal lineup. It's a lot of them. We're going to try to push through this as fast as possible because it's a lot. And I'm just proud of our young people coming on tonight, stepping up, dealing with the stuff that they've been dealing with. And for you all that don't know, we've had some serious incidents take place at one of our local high schools in San Francisco. Our young people have stood up. I want to just shout out Siobhan, the president of the Black Student Union over there at Lowell. What a phenomenal young lady, spoke highly and was very calm and patient, articulated her communication in a way that was understood. Even though sometimes from the adults in leadership, the feedback and the interaction with her was very, very inappropriate. And as adults and leaders of schools and organizations, we have to do a better job professionally when we are dealing with our young people, and we need to validate their complaints and their understandings and how we handle them with response. We need to do a better job as adults. And it's pretty frustrating and sad to me that here in 2021, our young people are still dealing with the racial issues, the inadequacies that's happening in our school, the stuff that they're dealing with. We had a powerful Sunday conversation with our young people this past Sunday. Thanks to Diontae and Tachelle for helping facilitate that as well. To hear our young people talk about the disservice of educational providers and the lack of communication and transparent information for our young people was so disheartening. I'm so upset about it. But again, as community, we will rally together. We will use this platform as our media to rally up the community. We will stand behind our young people. We will fight, and we will make sure that the change that needs to happen is going to happen. So with that being said, shout out to Bavette and Tanisha over at SF Black Wall Street. Just want to shout them sisters out because they did show up. And one thing about them too, I can say that they are all for our young people and holding leadership accountable, and just passionate, powerful conversation from them in support of our young people. So just proud of them and all of the people from community that stepped up and stood behind our young people. I think it's important that we continue to support our young people, listen to them and understand, and not listen to them just to respond, and listen. So I'm gonna end it with that. We got a lot of work to do, and it's a lot of questions that still need to be answered. But community, we have to get involved. I appreciate all the community that showed up, but for incidents like this, we should be rolling in hundreds for our young people, and we'll continue to keep pushing that. But I'd rather take 100 people that's down and solid than have 500 that ain't doing nothing. So I appreciate all the parents and community leaders who stepped up and support our young people. That is so needed in these times. So thank you all for that. So with that being said, we're going to open up tonight with our first hidden gem, man. This brother right here, powerful brother. He was the deputy director at one time for YC. Now he is the executive director and also on the police commission. Brother DJ Young, man. He's an innovative, driven, self-motivated individual with the passion and the desire to learn. He leads a team of 100 plus people in District 10. He has proven to be one of the best brothers on the block doing the work, has supplied families with food, PPE during this pandemic, as well as adopt a school in Bayview in order to feed students and families. So with that being said, man, I want to bring this brother DJ on, man. Just want to say, proud of you, DJ. And thanks for stepping up and being a leader of the community as an executive director, and being able to be accessible. Sometimes in community, they feel like some of our executive directors, some of our community leaders, they don't have access. And I understand we can't get to everybody, but when community leaders and different individuals with statute in the community is reaching out, I know for sure that you're doing everything in your power to reach out and make that connection. And we appreciate that, your leadership, and looking forward to some of the things that we talked about for the future for D10 and YCD, man. And just thank you for being a support. And we go get this narrative and this message out to our people, because a lot of people are saying that the information is not being there, it's not being provided, and we know it is. And we go break down these stereotypes, and we go break down these people who spread these bad rumors that things aren't happening in D10. And with the help of you and 100% and a couple other these phenomenal organizations that's trying to make a different D10, it's gonna happen, man. So looking forward to working with you. But with that being said, come on in, DJ, and let the people know who you are, what you're doing, and talk about some of the amazing things you have coming up in the future for the community.
No, absolutely, man. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rico, Tachelle, Diontae. I see Rome Jones on here. Shomari, welcome. And I know you say thank you to me, John, but really I want to say thank you to the community. And I want to first and foremost say that because I came to community, not from community. I'm originally from Fresno, California, and I paid my dues. I've been in San Francisco for 11 years, and it's been beyond humble to serve our community. And when I got to San Francisco, by way of a mentor of mine, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Derek Tolliver, who saw more in me than I saw of myself, who brought me here to San Francisco. And some of the same issues that we have here in San Francisco, we were facing in Fresno, California, where I grew up in West Fresno. So I was born and raised in Fresno, California, lived there up until age 18, shared a room with my sister in West Fresno, which is very resemblance of a baby Hunter's Point. We had all the gang violence, anything you can think of was taking place in Fresno. But my parents had me go to school on the other side of town. So my parents always had this foresight and this forethought that we grew up in one area, but the place that I grew up in didn't necessarily have to be my reality. And so for intensive purposes and being here in the city, it was like growing up in Bayview, but going to school at Lowell, right? I went to public school my entire life, but the education system in North Fresno, in terms of the teachers and the education that was being provided, was a little bit better. And I also was an athlete. So I played everything under the sun. I mean, I played soccer for a really long time. I played baseball. I ran track. Ended up playing football was my love. And that's kind of what got me through high school. But I always like to share with our young adults as well, too. There's a very pivotal moment for me in my life, my sophomore year in high school. So as we have some of you young adults on here, I was 16 years old and I lost my mother. I grew up in a two-parent household. I shared a room with my sister up until age 10. Then we moved to Southeast Fresno, where I had my own room at age 11, and thought that was just the world, to have my own room, to be on a different side of town, which was like the mission. So East Fresno is like the mission. Grew up around a lot of Latinx folks and much love. Yo hablo español también. Just nothing but love, for all my brown folks. But I lost my mother when I was 16 years old. And it was an extremely pivotal moment for me in high school as a young man who was a mama's boy growing up. My father was still in the household, but my mother took care of the household. My mother paid all of the bills. And I had to see my father now pivot from working 2 and 3 jobs to basically taking care of the entire household, me and my younger sister. And so I stepped up in the way that I knew how to, and what my father had instilled in me, which was through sports and education. So I did well enough in high school and didn't go left and ended up going right, where I had good enough grades to actually graduate high school and got a full ride scholarship to play football. So I left the state of California and I went to Utah State University. Now that could be a whole nother conversation in itself. Being a Black man from California going to school in Utah. But I'll tell you, it was the best thing that had ever happened to me, to be away for 6 years, where I really had to grow up. I remember graduating high school and coming back from my senior trip, and my pops had my bags packed and said, look, we're about to get on the road, drive 15 hours. I'm going to drop you off at school and you're going to figure it out. And at that moment, 18 years old, I was 180 pounds soaking wet. Diontae, I know you're looking at me now, I'm about 230, bulked up when I was in college and left at about 240 pounds. I played outside linebacker and I got my degree. But I also want to share that I had a lot of trials and tribulations when I was in school. I almost got kicked out of school twice. I got arrested when I was in school twice. So it was not an easy road. It was not an easy road. My mindset was that I was there to be a college athlete and I was there to play football. And then I was there to socialize. And then I was there to hang out. Because I thought hanging out and socializing were different. And then it was school. And I almost messed up my opportunity. I graduated undergrad with a 2.5 GPA. I'll never forget this story. It was my senior year, and I'm walking out on the field with my dad and my sister. And there was a gentleman that I played ball with who was from Bakersfield, California. He went before me. So John, they said his name. They said he was studying political science, that he was a senior. He was an offensive guard. And they said he had a 3.5 GPA. Then they said my name. They said the position that I played, and they just skipped over to the next person. And my father looks at me, Rico, and was like, why didn't they say your GPA? And I was like, look, Pops, I'm walking across the stage. I'm going to get my diploma, but we ain't going to talk too much about the GPA. And it was really because I didn't have the mindset. I wasn't doing things the right way, right? I wasn't taking school as seriously as I was supposed to. I didn't understand the amount of money that they were paying for me to go to school. I'm not going to class. I'm doing the bare minimum. And it really showed, by the grace of God, because I'm a man of faith, I was able to graduate with my degree in communications. Now, like most of our young folks, I thought I was going to go to the NFL. That notion ended quickly when I had my first surgery because I chipped off a bone in my ankle. Then I tore my meniscus and I had knee surgery. And then I tore my rotator cuff and had shoulder surgery. So my rap sheet was like, nah, you got to go figure out something else to do. And so I did. My last semester of school, I worked 2 jobs. I was working for Countrywide, I was working for Icon Health and Fitness and World Savings, which was this bank. And what I was doing was working in the call center for both jobs. And when I was working at World Savings, I was calling folks on the anniversary of their mortgage loan, and I was giving folks a call to see if they wanted to refinance on their homes. And so I had a friend who was actually living here in the Bay Area, my buddy Devin. His father was the head basketball coach at Chabot. He had an opportunity working at Countrywide, which for folks who don't know, was a mortgage lender at the time. This is 2006, 2007. And so I interviewed for the job over the phone and I ended up getting the job, which was in Emeryville. So I moved directly from college to Oakland. And actually, I lived in Castro Valley for about 6 months. So I lived in Castro Valley for 6 months, Oakland for 6 months, worked in Emeryville in corporate America right out of college, doing well. But like with most of our young people, and even including myself, nobody talked to me about finances. Nobody said when you get this job, you should be saving money. Nobody talked to me about this job. You should be looking at your FICO score and making sure that your credit is right. I didn't have any of those conversations. So I was doing what most of us was do. I was coming to San Francisco and I was partying. I was kicking it with Baron Davis, Rico. We were big kicking it. I spent most of my time here in Frisco, even though I was living in Oakland and in Castro Valley, just having a good time with the amount of money that I was making at the time. I was 24, 25, just didn't get any of those lessons. And so because of that, 2007 is the tail end of the mortgage crisis. And I ended up leaving that job. I left that job because just morally and ethically, it just wasn't what I wanted to do. I was selling loans to folks who didn't have good credit. I was selling loans to folks who couldn't afford these balloon loans that we were selling. And I didn't understand it at the time, but once I understood, I quickly got out of that industry and ended up moving back home to Fresno. So this is 2007. And my aunt had actually just got diagnosed with breast cancer. I'd been gone for 6 years. And I always share this portion of the story because when I got back home, a lot of my buddies were still in junior college. And I'm sharing that because as you begin to get older, for me, my circle of friends had to change. And I had to change the way that I thought. I'd been gone for 6 years and I got friends that are still in junior college and I have a bachelor's degree. And I love my friends to death. Don't get it twisted. I kicked it with every single one of them, but I had to put them in a different bucket. Those are my buddies and my friends for life, but they were in a different bucket. And for me, I went back to school to go to pursue my master's degree. I said I also needed another bucket of friends who pushed me around education, who pushed me mentally to not just have conversations about sports. I wanted to have conversations about stocks and how do I purchase homes. Let's talk about your FICO score. Let's talk about what's going on in the rest of the world. So I decided to go back to school. And while I was doing that, I was working at a nonprofit organization in Fresno. So this is when I first started working in nonprofit. It was in 2008. My best friend's mother sat on the board of directors for an organization who I didn't know, but we were working with men and women who were recently incarcerated. And it was part of Bush's reentry initiative. And I was working with folks who were on parole. And if you want to talk about being 24 years old and having the most humbling job, that's exactly what it was. I mean, I was working with some of my friends' fathers and mothers who had been locked up longer than I've been alive. And I'm sitting there telling them, as a workshop facilitator, this is how you go out and find a job. I'm talking to them about technology. And they just gave me so much game and wisdom on life, at that job. And while I was working there, I also owned a business that I was doing with my friends. So we were doing social media, we were doing club promotions. I had a buddy, I'm probably not even supposed to say this, but we were boosting Jordans and Air Force Ones and selling them at the cherry auction. But I always share this with our young people and with community because I was hustling at a young age. Like this isn't on me, it's in me. It's inside of me. This is just who I am and how I'm wired. And Diontae can tell you, and Javon, who's my executive assistant, I'm always into something to try to better my circle, to better my community, to better my family. And that's where this all had come from. So I'm in school, working on my master's, going to school full-time, working full-time, and had all these little side gigs going on with a whole bunch of my friends and partners. And things were going well. Things were going extremely well. But I was talking to that mentor that I told you guys about, Derek Tolliver. We were talking at least once a month. And DT was just asking me, how are things going with school? How are things going with work? And it was just quid pro quo. We would just have conversations with one another. He would instill things in me and I would instill things in him. And we fast forward 2.5 years later, and Derek was the executive director actually at YCD before Shaman got there. And he said, I have a program called the New Directions Employment Program, working with young people who are on probation. And John, I said, look, I'm working with adults on parole. I can absolutely work with young people who are on probation. I need a change of scenery. I interviewed with Derek and the folks at the Japanese Community Youth Council on a Wednesday, got the job Friday, and I moved to the peninsula that weekend. And that was in May of 2010. So I share that because you just got to take a leap of faith. If you have faith, you just got to will that everything is going to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. So I get up here and I'm working with Derek for a couple of months and just really beginning to learn, San Francisco and the people that were here and then the richness and the history. And also, and don't get it twisted, Rico, they was testing me out there when I was out there on the block, man. I was walking up and down 3rd Street, just introducing myself to folks in organizations. And rightfully so, folks in community were, saying, who are you? Are you going to be like anyone else that comes here from another city or from another state, get funding and not do anything in the community? That's what we're used to. And to John's point earlier, I just sat down and just listened. I just listened. And the biggest thing about me, I don't like to be all in the headlines and all in the video. I'm the type of person to get things done. I like to be behind the scenes and just really getting things done. So I've just been blessed and humbled. So I got to work under Derek's tutelage. Then Shaman gets to YCD and we just elevated the organization. When I got here, we had 9 individuals working at YCD. We're over 120 strong right now, providing work in the community, doing everything from actually building affordable housing, building home ownership housing, to doing food distribution during COVID-19, to doing family relief, offering folks who have lost their jobs during COVID-19, giving them stipends, giving family stipends so that folks can get the bare necessities and things that they need, offering laptops to folks in community. And it's just been a ride. It's just been a ride and it's been a journey. So I've been the in-depth coordinator, I've been the director of operations, the deputy director, and now the executive director of one of the greatest organizations, I think, in the city and county of San Francisco, and by far one of the best organizations to do the work in Bayview, Hunters Point, even despite some of the history that it's had, because we all have history. But I just want folks to know that we are here. Our doors are open. As you said, my door is open. Sometimes it's probably too open, and I'm very easily accessible. I'm really not that hard to get in touch with. I can be, though, if you call me and text me. I might not call or text back, but you can always pull up on me because I'm generally in the office, one of the 7 sites that we have. And, I'm here. Like I said, for me, it's a privilege and an honor to be able to work in one of the greatest cities that I've ever lived in, and to be able to really help individuals that look like me when I didn't receive that help is what I'm here to do. I've always said that if I ever got into a position of leadership, all I want to do is just continue to give back. Dr. Marshall tells us the more we know, the more we owe. And I'm owing. That's what I'm saying right now. I'm owing, not Terrell Owens, but I'm owing right now. I'm giving it back, man. And it's just an honor to be here and to be able to have this conversation, with you all. But that's a little bit about, me and who I am and, my journey. I'm a man about family. I have a very small family. My father is still down in Fresno. My sister is here. She lives in Daly City with my 6-year-old niece, who is my heart. And I tell anybody and everybody, because I don't have any children, everything that I'm doing for her. Everything that I'm doing right now, we're doing for Diontae. Everything I'm doing right now, we're doing for Rome. Because I'm not going to be here forever. I don't want to be here forever. So we have to do all that we can to make this world a better place for those that are coming after us. But we have to be able to sit down and be willing to teach, as well, too. So that's me, John.
Wow. Very deep, powerful. See, this is what this Hidden Gem segment's about, is highlighting these individuals in our community, showing homage, giving them their flowers while they're here. Because a lot of times we wait till people die and pass away, and everybody's at the funeral talking about all the wonderful things people do. And I know in this business, in this work, we don't like to take credit for what we do, right? We didn't get in this to get patted on the back, but we have to do it. We have to let our young people see it. And young people, this is a perfect example of what change look like. If y'all didn't get nothing, hear what he said. To make change, you got to change people, places, and things. He had to go far away. He had to remove himself from certain people and the places and things that he was doing. So again, that's the tips and the information to get to success. He climbed the ladder. He didn't talk about starting from the top. See, a lot of young people want instant gratification. It starts at the bottom, step by step, just like they're doing for y'all young people at 100% college prep, get you ready step by step so that when the torch is handed to you, you could go ahead and take off, man. But thanks for your leadership, DJ. Again, for community, other community leaders, this is what leadership looks like. You don't necessarily have to be from the city to make impact in the city, but when you work in community, you have to be available to community, and this brother's doing that. Rico, go ahead and jump in there. I know Rico ready to get in there.
Oh man. Hey, look, DJ, that's my homie, man. Like when I met DJ some years ago, I'm in there I'm talking my butt off, man. And me and Shaman, we just chopping in. DJ was just over there quiet. And I'm trying to figure out why he's so quiet. But he was soaking up a lot of information. He's soaking up game. And like, I think at the end of the day, like me coming from the Western Addition and born and raised over there, I know he said that YCD is one, I had to drop this. So he said that it's the greatest in the city right now. Hey, I say you and Ella Hill is neck and neck because I got to give my homage to my community also. But
wait, just one of them.
I just want to pay homage to all the amazing stuff that you got going on. I think that from Shaman to you, I think that with organizations, it only supposed to elevate. I think that sometimes we do have our pitfalls and things do kind of stagnate, the growth or the development of any organization or sometimes as us as individuals. And I think that you and Shaman has elevated it to a place where it definitely needs to be, even in support of other organizations that support you and that you have been supporting. You guys are like over there. I see that it's a collaborative effort in making sure that the young people are getting the services and everything that they need over there. Sometimes I am kind of jealous. I ain't gonna lie that y'all y'all got a lot of good stuff going on in the Bayview, and that's just the truth. Y'all got some amazing people like yourself, Tachelle. Oh man, a lot of people. So I just want to thank you for all the amazing work that you do. That's why you're definitely a hidden gem. You're not so hidden to me. I see you shine very, very bright. I think you a BVS. I'm talking about you shine even in the dark. So, definitely continue to do all the amazing stuff that you do. Anything that we can do here at both sides of the conversation. And, we're here for you to support anything you need. We got you.
I appreciate that, Rico. And if I can, John, I think Rico touches on something, you know, very near and dear to my heart in terms of working with this organization. And Rico's right, man. I sit back and I soak up game like a beach towel. That's what 40 told me. He said, don't soak it up like a sponge. That's why I tell the youngsters, soak it up like a beach towel, right? You got to soak it up. But, you know, when you start talking about young community developers, man, none of this work. And this is what folks got to know too. Shimon being an elected official, myself as the ED, we can only do the work with, like John said, with those 100 folks that want to do the work. And man, the people that work at our organization, man, Tachelle will tell you, man, Rico, and John, sometimes we have meetings and I'm crying on there with my staff. I don't even call them staff. We're all a team. I'm not better than any person that works at the organization. Shoot, I take out trash half the time. I do what they tell me to do. And that's how I look at it. But I share that because more than 56% of the folks that work at YCD are from community. That's huge when you have more than half your organization are people that live in the community. And that's that. And people ask about the secret sauce, and I tell them that's it. When you have folks that look like the individuals that they're working with, the individuals that they're serving, when Diontae is able to tell his story, and one of our young adults or our young people can identify with that, we can change and move mountains. So I want to make sure that everybody also knows it's not, YCD isn't about DJ. It's about 120 individuals that work at this organization that bust their butts during this time to continue to do the work and know that we're going to come out even better after this, after we get out of COVID. You know, I want to just again say thank you to our community and how resilient we are as a people. Like this is speaking to that right now, right? The fact that we got both sides of the conversation, this is resiliency. This is what it looks like. This is what some folks are afraid of. And I'm not afraid of it.
Man, powerful, powerful. Get behind this brother. He's one of our community partners. Go to our website, bothsidesofconversation.org. You click down to community partners. There's a YCD logo up there. Click on the logo. It'll take you right to the community organization. Find out more about it. Get involved. Corporate sponsors, we need help. If you out there looking for employees who from community, you got to access right here through the hub. So, man, thank you again. And I know we got some amazing stuff to look forward to in the future, God willing. And we try to do this thing and be very intentional. And I just want to thank you again, DJ, for being an intentional brother and having that go get it done attitude. And that's the type of man we need in leadership in the community. Just get it done. I'm a be there. And there's not a lot of men like that. And I'm glad that we have these brothers, you, Diontae, Javier, all these brothers that's trying to do something to give back to the community. Just get it done is the attitude. So thank you again. You guys check out DJ and follow him, man. But we're going to go ahead and push this thing along. I know my brother Shomari is on the time schedule. My brother, we got Oakland in the building because, see, community is not just one sector or one geographic location. See, we believe in community as our people, Black and brown. We all in the community together. Yeah, we got to separate by cities and locations, but we know that there's people in all of these counties making things happen. And we're going to bring my brother Shomari on. He is a lifelong Oakland resident, dedicated to creating and maintaining a vibrant community. He has begun his career volunteering countless hours to community organizations, McClyman High School, West Oakland Job Resource Centers, North Oakland Senior Centers. His service led to him getting a City of Oakland Community Capacity Builder. He has managed a host of events, community empowerment, violence prevention, following work through the City of Oakland. He accepted a position in engagement associate for the Office of Supervisor Keith Carson as a community engagement associate. Shomari managed programs that serve diverse populations of Alameda County, ranging from disaster preparedness, reentry services, housing, homeless services, feeding the homeless. I mean, this brother is doing everything, and he's on the board of SPAT. I think we had another one of the SPAT members on here not too long ago. And with that being said, I want to bring my brother in here. We know in Oakland, they say it's in us, not on us, and it's definitely in this brother, man. Welcome to the show, Shomari.
Thank you, Don. Like DJ was saying, you know, like people who do the work, we don't really like to talk about ourselves and what we're doing. So it's kind of hard listening to my bio. They made me do it, but there it is. So I'm Shomari Carter, born and raised in Oakland. I call myself a legacy resident because my mother was born and raised here. So we deeply rooted in Oakland. I'm a product of my environment. I've always been around a group of people that have been about service and service to the community, and I'm just a product of that. I'm just paying back what has already been given to me. Um, so he was talking about college, his college experience. It made me think about my cap. When I graduated college, my cap, I put just another statistic from the West on there. And I was getting texts while I was sitting there, because we get put in groups coming from West Oakland and saying we this, we that. It's a lot of stigmas around it, and it's a lot of statistics, negative statistics, but we got some positive ones there too. And I wanted to make sure that we highlight the positivity. All my work, all my career work, volunteer work has been around community development. Community development is near and dear to my heart, and I really like to use terms like empowerment now. My hoodie, you probably can't really see it too good. It says rooted, united, empowered. It's just something to remind us what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so I'm the executive director of ACUR now. ACUR is a community development organization. We have 3 pillars: civic engagement, education and technical assistance, and community development, which is really done in the economic development lens. The civic engagement is around organizing and getting people to be involved in their own struggle. It's really about advocacy and having individuals advocate for themselves, see problems, know that they can speak up, who to speak up to, and how to get things done. So that's one arm of what we do. The other one is education and technical assistance, which is our biggest probably pillar. We have a technology center in East Oakland, across the street from Eastmont Mall, where we teach emerging technology to youth and basic computer literacy to youth, seniors, and Spanish speakers. Those are the 3 different types of courses that we have. We also do capacity building for faith-based and other nonprofits. So we do a workshop series called the Faith Series. It's a year long, it's 10 months, once a month, and some one-on-one technical assistance in between those workshops. We do small business technical assistance as well. Right now, since COVID, we started a Black Business Relief Fund. This is a fund we just created and just kind of threw out there and see what would happen, and started collecting donations from individuals. It's no major sponsors, so to speak, for the fund. It's all community coming together and saying we want to support our businesses. And so through that, we're able to give small mini grants, and we're able to give technical assistance. And I really like to talk about the technical assistance that we do. Anything that we can't do in-house, we make sure we find another Black business in the city of Oakland, and we pay for that service. So if you need graphic design, we'll pay a Black graphic designer from Oakland to work with you so that you can get whatever graphic design you need, and really building that community so 2 businesses are interacting and working with each other, because that's really important to our business. Technical assistance, because we can give you all the game, but if people don't come and shop with you, then it doesn't mean anything. And that's something that we look at in terms of culture, and spending our money and keeping our money in our community has to be a part of our culture. And what does that really look like? And that's intertwined through a lot of our programs. Since COVID, we also do what we call a community pop-up, where we provide hot meals and groceries, produce to the community, to families. And within that, we sometimes buy products from some of our businesses and give them away. First thing we did was we bought masks. I just took off my mask as we were starting. We bought 100 masks at cost to put this Black business to work so that they can keep active and then keep some money going with that business and to keep it open. And then the community was able to see, and then we market and say, hey, you want to get more, you need more of these, this is where you go and do it. We've done that with other businesses. The one I like to talk about is Pound Business. Not really into giving our people sugar, but it was a way to introduce a business to our community. And, it really got that business some orders, got them working. We bought a couple of 100 slices of pound cake and gave them out with the meals. And it was just something a little different, something nice, uplifting. We also, in that community development, DJ hopped off, and I really want to talk to him about some of the things we're doing. We're part of East Bay Anti-Displacement Cohort. We oversee that with a number of organizations working on anti-displacement issues, also working on a Black housing strategy, which is a regional strategy, and really looking at what it means to be housed, and really looking at all of the social determinants of health, our education, our employment, our physical environment, and making sure that all these things are in place when and that we actually have a place to live. We're not interested in putting our people in boxes and warehousing people. We interested in creating community, and that's part of the. I'm just part of a legacy. This legacy far outdates me, and I'm just giving back to community. And that's kind of a little bit about me and some of the work that I'm doing.
Man, very powerful, man. Thank God for brothers like you in the community and your organization. Please put your information in the chat. Definitely, I know DJ had to go take some calls, but if you get on our website, we'll connect you. His YCD link is on our page. You can get right access to it and get communication to him. Very important what you do, and I love the words you use: empower, impact, and educate, because that's what we're trying to do here at both sides of the conversation: is impact the community with information, because we understand that there is a disparity and there's a gap of information that's holding us back. Now, a lot of it has to do with us, but a lot of it is information and understanding how to do it. So, thank you, brother, for doing what you're doing. We're going to highlight what you're doing and continue to promote. We are bringing this thing full circle from San Francisco throughout the Bay Area. We are getting more people involved. And that's what this particular segment is about: highlight not only community individuals as yourself and organizations, but we want to highlight our Black and brown businesses and make sure community gets behind and support and patronize these businesses. And we always here ask for our businesses to step up, fill out a nomination form, get on here to promote your business, because we want to make sure people that look like us are patronizing your business, because we understand the more we impact each other and support each other, the more opportunities for community with hiring and different things of that nature. So, man, just bless you, brother, for doing what you're doing. Rico, I know you got something you want to ask. Go ahead and jump in there.
Hey, off top, all I want to say is amazing, 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 amazing. I know they don't be wanting me to say amazing so much, but to me, our Black people are so amazing. And I think that with our show, Hitting Gems, it is definitely to highlight individuals like yourself who's doing the work, who's out there, boots to the ground, Nikes to the ground, Jordans to the ground, Air Force Ones to the ground, that's really putting it in and making sure that they're giving impact and creating impact for the community. But it's also because, as a people, we always look at the differences between each other. We always want to say, well, this is the difference why I can, and this is and all I heard was similarities between you and DJ, and how it take those different steps to get to a certain place. And for all the young people who are out there, this is you. This is you. Like, no matter what you come from, no matter what happens in your life, as long as you endure the race, anything can become possible. That's why it's both sides of the conversation. So, I'm just happy that you came on and you were able to share, because I like to listen. And when I listen, I'll definitely listen to the amazing stuff, but I like to listen to the similarities, because I know it's somebody out there who's listening and like, wow, like I went through the same thing. And that inspiration that you gave tonight is the inspiration that's going to have some young person go to college, some young person say, you know what, I can be executive director, or I can be something of something, so that they can inspire themselves and be something great. So thank you again just for coming on, but then also thank you for all the amazing work that you're doing in our communities.
Exactly.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all and giving this platform and giving a space for us to talk and meet each other, because it's important. Thank you.
No, for sure. And also, with that leadership and that influence that we talking about, Rico talking about, is one thing that people discount in the Black and brown community is that we don't support each other. So to hear you talk about the steps that you guys took without sponsorship to get community to support you guys needs to also be highlighted, because it's always said that in our Black and brown community we don't support each other, and there are people in the community who are supporting us, financially support, and as well as any other supports that we need. So definitely thank you for doing that. And again, your influence is helping our allies, because as we grow, they grow. People want to know, the word is getting around both sides of the conversation. And when we see our corporate sponsors and people who are always saying that they support us and they allies of our movements, here you go, corporations. Here you go, institution. Here's an opportunity to support another amazing program that's in our community that is impacting and helping evolve our community. So thank you again, my brother. Please put your website, your information in the chats, and we'll have them translated to get it out to the group to make sure people know how to reach out to you. And I'll make sure that you get DJ's information. Thank you for your leadership and the things that you're doing for the young people and for community. Keep it up, my brother. In any way we can support you or highlight you or promote anything you have going on, please feel free to reach out to us at both sides of the conversation, and we'll make sure that we support you in any way capacity we can.
Appreciate that. And talking about the young people, we do a Friday night game night every Friday from 6 to 10. It started off as a violence prevention strategy. It's really a mental health strategy for the young people and their families. Young people can come and play some video games, get some introduction to technology, free meals. We got a lot of young people to just come for the meals. And then we got a lot of young people to come for the video games. So if you got young people, they can come to the David Glover Center, 6948 Foothill Boulevard every Friday from 6 to 10. Now we offer this purple tier status. They can come on through.
All right, all right. We'll make sure we get that in the chat and the information. Thank you again, brother. God bless you. Anything we can do to help, we are here. This is what community looks like, people. We are supporting each other. So with that being said, we are on to the most important part of tonight's segment, our young people. Because see, one thing about here at both sides of the conversation, we believe in our young people. We believe that they voice matter. We believe that we got to let them lead because they have the energy in the fight. And as elders and older people in the community, we got to get behind our young people and support them on all their endeavors. And with that being said, we're going to turn this part of the show over to Diontae and Tachelle to introduce our young people who are doing some amazing things in work, in school, in the community to better their self and community. And Miss Victoria, I appreciate you and Siobhan for y'all passionate words, standing up and speaking about these injustices and the situation that took place over at Lowell. Just appreciate your courage and stepping up. And I know it's a couple of you guys, Mimi and different ones that was on there. Just proud of you guys. Don't never let nobody take your voice away. And it is sad that sometimes our young people get it and some of our leaders and elders in the community don't. And we're going to keep pushing to make sure that your words are taken and validated and supported. So thank you guys. Go ahead, Tachelle and Diontae.
Thank you, John. Okay, well, we'll kick it off. I'm gonna start with my very first. Rome. Are you there? Rome Jones is a successful Bay Area real estate agent and one of 100% College Prep's best scholars. He was an active, impactful, forceful student while in high school. He was an active member of his Black Student Union. He was a leader of Brothers Making Change. And he also worked as a student success coach and mentor at Willie L. Brown Middle School and Balboa High School. He attended San Francisco City College as well as worked in City Hall. He is a gem that always stood out. And I am honored to introduce my first Black male graduate from Lincoln High School that told me, Miss Tachelle, I ain't coming back to summer school. Miss Tachelle, I'm gonna make you proud. Miss Tachelle, what you need. So Rome Jones, tell the world who you are.
What does that mean? Are you gonna like ask a question?
Yes, Rome. You know, he's so intellectual. Who are you? Tell us about yourself. What's your biggest accomplishments? What makes you special? That kind of stuff.
I'm only 22, man. Hopefully I don't really have that, like the biggest accomplishment yet. I'm chilling. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I think to like exist and for people to just know that I'm trying to make something of myself is a big accomplishment. I don't really feel like I did too much. I'm just trying stuff to see what works. Like, who am I? I play a lot of different roles. I wear a lot of different hats. Honestly, I'm just a brother, son, community member. Like, I'm a normal person, but like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'll be trying to like make sure that I pay it forward. Like people who did good stuff for me, you try and pay it forward. Make sure I look out for people coming up under me. Like, yeah, like you said, I'm a real estate agent. I'm the District 10 Youth Commissioner, so I work with Supervisor Walton. So yeah, I'm on my second term doing that. You know, my mom, well, Tachelle, you know, my mom is sick. She runs a construction company and she's no longer capable of doing that in her physical condition. So as of like last week, I stepped in to take over the company. So I'm about to be CEO of that as soon as we make it official with the board and whatnot. But I'm doing that right now. I don't know. I still do like a little bit of mentoring with some of my past students, like from BAL, and do some public speaking work and different philanthropy work with some organizations and relationships I made. But like, chilling, man. I'm just a normal person trying to figure it out like everybody else. I ain't, you know.
I know how humble you
I
are.
don't know. I mean, if you
No,
got,
I'm gonna put you on. You know how you know me. I'm Mr. Shell. So when I was working at Willie Brown and you came down the hallway and you helped me do what I do, tell me what you did. That's what I think made you special. What did you do at a predominantly Black middle school in the heart of Bayview before the pandemic?
I mean,
Why do the kids love you?
it was intentional for me to be placed there. At that time, I was like 19. I was trying to, like I said, trying to figure it out. I had an internship that was offered to me and brought my way, you know, so I took it on. I told them that that's where I was from and that's where I would want to be. And, you know, so I went over there. But I mean, I don't think I did that much. I really been those young people. So I just told them that I really been them. Like I really related. Like Victoria, for instance, I really know her big brother. Like we really the same age. We really know each other. So it was easy to go into that situation and connect with the young people from the community I'm from because I already know they people. I know like the story of where we come from. So, you know, I just let them know that and I tried to let them know like it was certain information that I got, you know, at a point in my junior and or senior year that I just tried to game them up on at 7th and 8th grade so that way they could avoid some of the pitfalls and whatnot that I did. Cause even though I'm these things today, it wasn't necessarily easy. Like I met you while I was at summer school, so obviously I wasn't doing something right. You feel me? So, uh, so just like trying to game them up on like things I missed out on, or like things that I was prioritizing that shouldn't have been a priority, you know, or just like paying attention to my own growth and really inspiring like self-reflection in our young people and letting them really see like it was cool to have your own mind and your own thoughts and not have to be um, whatever was going on around you necessarily. I mean, like, I'm just like, this is really who I am. So I feel like when people meet me, they'd be like, oh, he not pump faking. And it'd be like, you know, it is what it is.
All right. And then you can just end it on when I took you out of California. Where did we go? What did you learn? What did you do? End it on that.
Yeah, you know, when we went on the college tour, like I said, I met you in summer school. I believe I was a sophomore. Or I just finished my sophomore year, so I was about to be a junior. My cousins went on your college tour the year before, so I knew I wanted to go. I told you that. You was like, oh, well, okay, you got to put down a deposit. I'm like, okay, you want it right now? Like, I don't care. I still want to go. Uh, and we went to Atlanta. I believe we checked out like Atlanta, Alabama. I want to say where else we go? Tennessee. So feel me? We went on a little college tour and checked out some of the HBCUs out there. Obviously, I went to the mall too. Like I said, I'm a normal person. I like to do normal things. But yeah, what did we do? We obviously did the college tour. Granted, I never went to none of those schools, but I think it definitely helped me expand my mindset on things that I was capable of. And so, you know, I figured I wanted to be somebody of essence and or importance. And so, you know, all of these things, all of the experiences not only with you at 100% college prep, but before you, I was linked with YCD. YCD being my first summer job, and seeing things my mom, different things just kind of inspired me to be like, how can I build on things I've been around? And so that's what happened. That's how I ended up in spaces I'm in.
But I want to jump in there and say something real quick because I don't want to take away this opportunity to let community understand the impact of a young brother like you, Rome. And to be 20 years old, to do the things that you do is very important. Okay. We have a lot of young black males who are your age who are not there yet, who are incarcerated, who have been killed. So for you to say, I'm just a normal person, I get it. But in our eyes, the community, man, you're a celebrity, man, and we need to greet you and salute you and praise you. And that's why you're here tonight as a young king doing things because this is the message that people in community needs to hear. Not every young black male is a criminal. Not every young black male is out here trying to harm or do crimes, right? There are some young people in our community, if we give them an opportunity, and y'all heard what the brother said, even though he didn't go to the schools, but the experiences, the early jobs, getting them ready and prepared to do the things that's needed is very important for community to hear and understand that. It's very important. And I thank you for coming on, my brother, and being able to speak to that and articulate that because community needs to hear that because a lot of people don't believe these type of things work. And we understand if we give kids and young people the opportunity to travel, see other things outside their normal settings, give them opportunities and put them in a position to lead in power is a powerful thing, man. Having you on as a working with Shaman as a youth commissioner, that's big ups, my brother. So I take my hat off to you, salute you, young king, and keep doing what you're doing, bro. And that's why we have you tonight as a hidden gem, man. Let the community know what you're doing, and see this is what manhood looks like. Stepping up for your mom in the time of need, being a man to lead. That's what leadership and manhood look like, man. So thank you, my brother. Hats off to you. Diontae, Tachelle, y'all could go on to the next student. Just wanted to say thank you, man.
Thank you, John, for your positive reinforcement. So, Rome, like I told you before, you my favorite, you my first, and I'm proud of you. Corey, proud of you. Shaman, he proud of you. So can you please tell the world or drop it into the chat, your real estate information? Because somebody might want to buy a house. But you are the first real estate agent and you selling houses. So drop your information. Tell us who.
So I'll drop that. One, John, man, thank you for the kind words. And then I also wanted to add, right, because I heard you mention just violence, certain things like that. I mean, we've been through a lot, like in my family, growing up with a physical disability myself, I had to learn a lot about my own identity at an early age. And I believe I was like 11 when the police killed my brother. So, experiencing certain things like that, my mom going to the penitentiary and things like that. Like you kind of, I don't know, man, maybe it's like you don't want to keep suffering from the same stuff we've been through. So I just always been kind of looking for a different route. And as to dropping my information, what I was going to say to that is, to be honest, y'all, me being a District 10 youth commissioner and a real estate agent, literally, like if you Google my name, I'm going to come up. So it's just Rome Jones, you feel me? Then I'm going to come up. Then,
Everybody's Googleable but me. See that? I'm not
baby.
I'm not even Googleable.
But I drop it as well, but you can find me if you Google me. Or I got an Instagram one now.
No, it's okay, Rome. Stick to what we say. Google me, baby. You ain't important unless you on the net, but definitely. Thank you so much. I love you. And when I say it, I mean it. Next
Rico, wait. Rico, did you want to say something, Rico?
Hey, I've been knowing Rome for heck of long, man. Rome been doing some good stuff ever since he was a youngster, so hey, continue up the amazing work, continue to do what you do. That's all I can say, man. You know what I mean? You got a long journey ahead of you. Just continue to be a leader, continue to be your natural self. And as you get mentors, most likely 9 times out of 10, you'll have your own mentees. Because as we work in our communities, we live in our communities, somebody watching us no matter what. So at the end of the day, just keep doing you, and you're doing some good stuff. You got some young folks gonna say, hey, Rome, I was watching you when I was 8. I wanted to be just like you. So keep up the good work, man.
All right. Tachelle, you gonna pass over to Diontae to bring the next person in?
Yes, but before I do that, I just need to say this next student coming to the board, she's me 100% in and out. Diontae, please introduce me.
Okay, man. Shout out to everybody on this call, man. Yeah, she a little bit of me too, man. I gotta say this, but bringing to the stage Miss Amiriana, Sinegal. She like to go by Mimi, so we're gonna stick to that. Um, Mimi is a senior in high school, Philip and Salibert. She's an honor roll student and a strong student leader. And she has an outstanding personality and amazing communication abilities. That has also gained her access to San Francisco State University. She is here to tell her story as a hidden gem of 100% college prep on both sides of the conversation. And man, light shines bright in the dark. That's all I have to say. So Mimi, come and let them know who you are.
Hi, my name is Amiriana. You guys can call me Mimi. One thing I love to do is support my community, help other youth students just like me that are going through certain situations. I like to help them out, let them know that they are not the only ones going through that situation and that, you know, you can prosper on in life. Another thing is what makes me special. What makes me special is my sense of leadership skills, the fact that I always strive for greatness throughout any situation that I am put through. I never let my situation determine me, I determine myself. Another thing is I work hard for everything that I want. In order to get respect, you got to give respect. In order, to get things, you have to hustle in life. So that's what I do. I always put everything that I put my mind to, I make it seem like it's a hustle, and I always remain humble. Another thing, what should the world know about me? The world should know that I am a young, ambitious young woman. No matter what, I will always get what I want because God will work in my graces. Either way, when people are against me, I still got God on my side at the end of the day. One thing I would like to say is 100% has crafted me into this young, beautiful woman I am today, including Tachelle. We are just like, we're twins. If you see me, you see Tachelle. You see Tachelle, you see me. I'm always on her side. One thing about Diontae is always going to be like a big brother to me because being in their program, they have helped guide me, help me gain wisdom in a lot of situations. And the last thing I would like to say, I would like to shout out to my mother, since she's always been there and always made sure that I accomplished every single goal I put my mind to, and she has supported me throughout my whole school year, everything. She has supported me throughout my whole life since I was here, since birth. And that's the only person that I can say that was really like my role model, especially at having me at the age of 15. She's had done a lot for me.
Thank you, Mimi. And I am so proud of you. Even though you probably won't walk across the stage, we definitely gonna have a parade down third, African drums and everything. You've came so far, and I am so proud of you. Diontae, you want to say anything to her? It's your time.
Yeah, I just gotta trying to hold back some feelings right now, man. But I met her about 2.5, 3 years ago at Burton. And man, you talk about somebody that's like shown some perseverance, shown some like growth, maturity. Like I said, light shines brighter in the dark. I meant that. She's definitely that light. And out of everything that she's told me, she's always been shining no matter what. So, man, this is just me just giving my flowers to her. Flowers, trophy, everything, man. Cause she shows what true motivation really is. And I'm motivated by her. So, it's just giving her flowers right now. So,
Man,
thank you, Mimi.
definitely. And I want to say, Mimi, you left out that you were courageous and fierce and very disciplined. I listened to all the conversations. See, one thing about me is when they say something's for the young people, I let the young people speak. And you, Siobhan, Victoria, I just want to say kudos to you guys. because I felt as an adult that there was a lot of disrespect from the principal and some of the leadership, how they handled you guys. And I think you guys did a phenomenal job of holding your composure and still staying professional and articulating the issues at hand. And just want to say thank you for that, young lady. You have a bright future. You are a trailblazer. I don't know where you're going, but I know you are fearless and you have confidence and you are courageous. So we're going to watch you go wherever you're going to go, sister, and whatever we can do here at both sides of the conversation, 100%. Whatever it takes to get you to where you need to go, we're gonna be there to support you. And shout out to your mom as well for doing the amazing job that she's doing. Don't tell us that our moms can't support our kids and turn them phenomenal, because they are doing it. So shout out to the parents who go the extra mile, do the extra work to put in to make sure that their kids are successful and they're committed to their kids' growth. We love that and we support that. And I just want to say thank you. I think you have her hand if she want to say something. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mimi.
Another thing I wanted to add on is that I wanted to let you guys know that since you say you don't know which pathway I'm going down, I am going down the real estate pathway also, just as Rome. And I will be a real estate agent thanks to, Tachelle and 100% and Diontae for motivating me and always making sure that I accomplish that goal. They always tell me books first, so I will be a real estate agent. I'm just letting y'all know.
All right, Rico, you want to throw anything in there?
She's gonna be a real estate agent in New York or in Hollywood Hills, getting them big checks. Hey, I just want to say, hey, continue the amazing stuff that you're doing. I got a little daughter. She's 10 years old. I definitely want to connect her with you if you're on the mentoring path, because she definitely need a fearless mentor like yourself that's gonna support her with confidence and making sure that she know her self-worth and her self-value. I can see it when you speak. I can see the confidence that you exude. Oh man, you're a shining star. So just keep shining. Definitely, Tachelle, I want to definitely give you my daughter's number so you can shoot it to her. So like my daughter really needs some mentors, you know what I mean, that's in that age group that can help guide her along her path. So
Absolutely. Thank you, Rico. All right, we have two more students just checking in. It's 8:08. The next student we have coming up, let me see if she's still on there. Thank you, Mimi, again. Okay, I see her. The next student coming up has been my student since the 6th grade. I fell in love with her on the first day of school. I can tell you what she had on. I can tell you what she said. I can tell you everything she ever did. I saved all of her work because she is that important to me. Her name is Victoria, no last name because we don't go by those. She's a student athlete, an honor roll student since the 3rd grade. She attends public school all the way at the beach. And I watch her when she leave her house on my Ring security, and I have her location. So that's how much I care for this student. She excels in every single subject and on every test. She scored a 4 on her written examination in middle school. That's the highest you can possibly get. She is a genius, and she is my educational inspiration, in my opinion. She is my star student, and I stand back and I let her shine in and out of school. She is a rare kind of gem that is hidden behind books and a very heavy book bag. Victoria, come and tell us what makes you special.
Um, what makes me special, I'll start with in school, is that I'm very good at identifying and like efficiently getting new information.
Wait,
And
hold on. Is that gum in your mouth?
yeah,
What? Let's get it right. Take it out. We talking
okay,
to the world. Come on.
all right.
Start again, beautiful.
Okay, I can take and comprehend new information quickly and efficiently in school, and I feel like I'm a very helpful person because I know what it feels like to not know what's going on. So I try to include everybody. What makes me special out of school is I always like to help my community and do what I can because I like to see us Black people or just people in general in my community succeed and do well. So it makes me special.
What is your biggest accomplishment?
I have 3. The first one is taking myself out of toxic environments and easily like identifying things that aren't good for me. And I know the second one is but it's actually being a vegan in a household of people who eat meat on a daily because it's kind of hard to like should I just, and I would say like joining 100% college prep because I'm actually a very shy person, but like Diontae, Jason, they help me come out of my shell and help me communicate better. It's my biggest accomplishments.
Okay. What should the world know about you, Victoria?
The world should know about me is that I'm very determined, I'm an achiever, and I can be very social, but I'm usually not. And I'm a hard worker.
Can you write an essay?
Yes.
Can you read on your grade level?
Yes, and higher.
And can you dress to impress the world?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to highlight that.
Okay.
Thank you so much and keep up the great work.
Wow, powerful. See, I get excited for shows like this. You've been holding down the GPA of 3-point higher since 3rd grade. Come on, man. We gotta salute these young people, man. And
we got one more, John. We got one more.
I know. We go get there. Hang tight, everybody. We gotta highlight these young people. We gotta let the community know that these young people are doing some amazing things. And when we got an opportunity to get them the stage, we got to let them have the stage. So be patient, people. This is our young people. Just want to say thank you as well. You delivered a heartfelt message on that call the other day. And I just want to say proud of you and your family for supporting you and doing the things that you're doing. I think our young people are displaying what excellence look like, what uh, consistency looks like, and delivering the information to us in community transparently. So just want to say thank you for that. Thank you for that. And being a leader. A lot of times they say that our young people can't lead, and I watch you guys demonstrate that the other day, and I'm so proud of you guys. And this is what success looks like. So you on your way. This is what success looks like. I see Rico got his young daughter up there. These young people gonna be looking up to y'all, and y'all are role models. And she's a young entrepreneur. And see, this is how this thing works in community as we try to bring people together. This is what this is about. So thank you, Victoria. Keep doing what you do. And like I told the other young people on here, whatever we could do to help support you on your journey at both sides of the conversation, we will do it. And 100% as well. I know Diontae's behind you, Tachelle behind. Whatever we could do, we're going to try our best to make sure that every young person gets everything that they need to be successful academically, socially, and for our community. And I think it's important. So thank you very much, young lady. Stay feisty, stay speaking up. Don't let nobody take the mic from you. Don't let nobody take the mic from you. Speak up and say what's needed to be said, because your voice is important and it needs to be heard. Rico, you want to say something before we give to Diontae?
Hey, all I can continue to say is these are the gems right here. You know what I mean? These are the seeds. Tachelle, Diontae, they planting, you know what I mean? And I can see the flourish. I can see the actual growth. I can see the water that they've been planting, because look, when they speak, they demand the floor, right? It's so funny because my daughter right here, she's super shy. So I had to force her, like, come on, baby, say a little something. I want you just to be like, hey, whatever you saying or thinking. So she was just like, I want her to be my mentor too. So Victoria, hey, you got another hey, Tachelle, I'm gonna shoot that number to you, because she like, I want all of them to be my mentor. So look, but I see it, right? And I think that a lot of times us as adults, when we're doing the work, that's our gratification right there, right? These young ladies, the way they speak, Rome, and the work that y'all putting in, I see it. Like it's visible to my eyes. Like I commend you to, and Tachelle, hey, sis, you doing some good stuff over there. You all are doing some good stuff, because those flowers that y'all nurturing, man, it's really, 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 it's really, I can see it. I can see it for sure. So
but Rico, she's a real teacher. You heard the young lady say, I'm obedient. Tachelle said, take your gum out your mouth. She took it out. Now, see, these teachers in the school district, they lie and say our kids don't listen. They say they don't know how to behave. She asked her and she did it. And that's accountability and obedience. Thank you, young lady. But that's what a teacher looks like when we correct. Nobody's perfect. But again, as adults, if we don't correct our young people, and that was a great correction right there on the spot, Tachelle caught it and she did it. Obedience, young lady, you got a future ahead. Keep your mind open.
And John, it's the consistency, right? It's the consistency that they're giving them, right? It's okay. I'm teaching you, but I'm also coaching you. I'm teaching you academically. I'm coaching you academically, but then I'm teaching you and coaching you socially. I'm teaching and coaching you through life, right? So like that's the difference that I see personally. You know, a lot of programs they just go strictly with the academia, and I think that it's bigger than that. I think that we got to do it on multiple levels. And I think that Javier, Diontae, Tachelle, they bring the multifaceted levels because they all represent a different piece of the pie, and they all bring that different component. So, and I see it. So when some talk, I hear a little bit of Tachelle, I hear a little bit of Diontae. I hear a little, look. Then when they get to saying those words and they get to rhyming and stuff, you know, look, that got to be Javier over there, right? So look, I hear it, right? So, but that's big, and it's touching my heart, it's touching my soul because you know. Another young person in our community won't be a statistic. Another young person in our community gonna make it, right? And it really touches my heart and my soul because we have lost women too. We have lost men to street violence. We have lost women to street violence. We have lost them to the jail system and mass incarceration. So when we got people like, hey, Diontae, we got to put you on this show. Tachelle, I know you're a part of the team, but you got to be on this show. We got to put, hey, John, we got to get these people on the show because they doing some good stuff. I keep telling you, we need 100% everywhere. And I know we can't duplicate Tachelle everywhere, but what we can do is we can put her on a Zoom call everywhere.
Right. That's the best thing about Zoom. No geographical holdups, man. We got her everywhere. We gonna clone her. We gonna clone Tachelle.
See, Rico, that's how both sides of the conversation blew up. Like, this is a very big platform in the middle of a pandemic. This is just supposed to be a he say, she say, they say. But I got you. Yeah, me and Victoria, it's a real bond. In all truth, I had the privilege of teaching her brother. And because she challenged me, she made me the best damn Black educator I can possibly be. She is so gifted. I told her mama to skip her, but she was like, no, she needs to go to school. But, you know, the gum thing, the public speaking, Victoria will be my lawyer. She will be going to Howard. I will pay your tuition. I believe in her. So thank you for taking the gum out and always listening to me, because I listen to you too, Vicky. Coming up next.
But that's respect. See, listen to what Tachelle said, because we got some elders in the community and some old people in the community that don't understand that. See, we got to listen to the young people and we got to get them feedback. See, respect and communication is a two-way street. Listen to the young people. Take your time. Listen to not to respond, but listen to understand. But
that's why it's both sides of the conversation.
You already know. But we got to let Diontae say something before we go to the last hidden gem. Go ahead, Diontae. Say something about your student, Victoria.
Man. I'm kind of speechless right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and say something. You know, Victoria, you know you're my favorite. You know, I'm saying it now. Man, she's just a light of energy, man. She don't know this, but she picked me up a lot mentally when sometimes I come in. I might not show it, but she always comes in. She always like, Diontae. It's like her energy is like consistent. You just talked about it. So as much as you say like listening, not to respond, man, I take in her energy, man. She's just a light of energy, you know, and she's been keeping me uplifted. I don't say it as much, but I show it because when she comes around, man, it's like I can't help but smile, laugh, and she's way beyond her years. I can say that. Like she's got a lot of wisdom, man. So like you said, man, listen to the youth, respect the youth, man, because they're powerful. Like Victoria is very powerful. She's gonna be more than a lawyer, man. She's gonna be I don't know.
A judge.
She might become the first one. She might be the president. I don't even know, but she's just amazing, man. So thank you, Victoria, for uplifting me when I really need it. I might not say it to you, but I'm saying it to you now. So like he said, man, we're giving you your flowers, and I appreciate you. And keep doing what you're doing because somebody's always watching. So
Definitely. And I'm gonna tell y'all, me and Rico, we don't believe in all of this. A lot of things, right? But when I see these young people, this is the truth of what a miracle look like. When people say, John, do you believe in miracles? I believe in miracles because these young people right here, this is what miracles look like. They go through the obstacles. They go through the written off reports that they're not going to make it. They come from a single family home. They come from D10. They come from different parts of the city that's not known for successful people. But through all of that, they still come out on top. Now that's what a miracle looks like. I believe in miracles, y'all. Go ahead. Let's introduce the last sister, y'all.
All right, John, believe in miracles. Okay, so this next sister, Anea, if I cry, you know it's because I'm a Pisces. We had this humongous conference and they put me under the fire. 400 Black kids from all over California came. I had to do a workshop at the drop of a dime, and it was called Financial Literacy. I came in with Cardi B, and the first person that I saw was Miss Anea, and she listened to every word that I said. And she texted me. She texted my phone because I gave my number out. And when she texted my phone, she came through 100% during a pandemic with no fear. She completed Jumpstart to college. That was 8 weeks. She completed SAT prep. That was 4 weeks. She did Step to College. That was 16 weeks. Then she was a finalist on the hardest scholarship to ever get in the United States of America, a finalist. You remember that? Remember that? And she got the first college offer. Because we don't say, oh, I got accepted. Baby, I was accepted today. My mama brought me here. She got the first college offer to Spelman, a private, prestigious, expensive school. And she rocking a 4.0 like a heavyweight champion. She is a member of her school's BSU and the California statewide BSU. Anea, when I carried that frozen turkey from San Francisco to your house in Hayward in the pitch black dark, I want you to know from the middle of my heart, I was scared. And if it wasn't for my GPS, I wouldn't have got there. But I gave you purple paper, pens, books, and you just you lit the world on fire. I can't wait to Spelman get a load of you. Tell the world, what's your biggest accomplishments? What make you special?
Hello, everyone. My name is Anea, and definitely I want to say there are many things that I love about myself, but I'm strong, independent, caring, and no matter what, I always keep going. I persevere through anything. And let's see, my best and most, my favorite accomplishments would be I have over 200 hours of community service. And I've been president of my school's Black Student Union for like the past 4 years, freshman through senior year. And my grades have always been amazing, as Mr. Tachelle had mentioned, the 4.0. But I've been extremely extra happy lately because I just finished my first semester of my senior year with a 4.5 GPA, all A's. Yeah. And while working part-time. But I want to say outside of school, I'm definitely proud of myself for not only being a positive role model for like my cousins, but the even younger generation. And I'm happy that, definitely there's children looking up to me, and I hope they want to be even better, if anything. And I would say something else that's really a big accomplishment for me is that just being 17, I already know my career. I want to be an OBGYN. And for anyone who might not know, OBGYN is a doctor who works with the female reproductive system. So for example, delivering babies and check-ins, stuff like that. And Mr. Shell, Mr. Diontae, you guys have gotten to know me over these past few months. And you guys know, like, I'm definitely like the sweetest person ever. But, when there is serious business, I could get serious, and I know, like, when it's work to get done. My code switching skills, A1. And I think the world should know that I have a very strong voice, and no matter what life gives me, I would make the best of it. And I want to thank 100% because you guys have been extremely helpful. Even for a student like me, I definitely did have a hard, challenging time writing my personal statement and applying to colleges during a time like this with COVID and everything. And you guys uplifted me, continue to motivate me. And I just want to say thank you again.
You are welcome. And just so the world would know, your personal statement was my favorite. I can't say that in front of the whole class, but you put your heart into yours. You listened to what I said. When I said write a hit, I meant write a hit. Not only are you going to get scholarship money, when you get to Spelman, they're going to ask you a question. Who taught you how to write? And all you got to say is my first name. Miss Tachelle. That's it. That's it. So have you chose what school you're going to go to?
I honestly haven't. Some of the schools I've been accepted to, well, so far, Spelman, University of San Francisco, Cal State East Bay, Grand Canyon University. There's a few more out of states, but I'm still waiting on like, University of California, Berkeley, so like all the UCs and stuff. And I think I'll find out about those in maybe March, April-ish. But Mr. Shell, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you. I
My
appreciate
text.
it. I appreciate it. And how many scholarships have you applied to?
Whew. If I'm being honest, I have to get my organizer out.
Okay, well,
There's
that
a
means that
lot.
you did a lot, right? And then
Yeah.
did you see it on the website for both sides of the conversation? Are you utilizing that? The scholarship link?
Yes. Did you email it to me?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'll be reading your emails.
Yes. Well, thank you, Doctor. I really appreciate you coming on this platform. Spur of the moment. Diontae, if you see, she wasn't even on the list, but see, you don't have to get ready if you was already prepared to be ready. So you have 3 college transferable units. You can go anywhere. Come May, you're going to have 6. And if you play your cards right, you will have enough money to pay for your plane ticket to and from home for the next 4 years. Just keep living the dream, because I got hope in you.
Thank you guys once again.
That's
Have a
powerful.
good evening.
And maybe this is one of the students that we're going to sponsor, because both sides of the conversation, we are sponsoring some students this year. And I want to make sure you, Victoria, and the other young sister that stepped off Mimi, we're going to make sure that we put you down, and we're going to sponsor you guys, because we got some important news that's going to be coming out the end of the year, and we're going to make sure that you kids get everything that you need to get to college and do the things you do. There you go, Stanford, UCSF, UC Davis, UC Berkeley, Sutter Health, Kaiser. We got somebody that know where they want to go. See, this get me excited. I could go all night. See, I love when my young people are prepared and organized, last minute on the spot. You already know what you want to be. See, in our community, this is what we have to teach our young people. We can't wait till they 22, 24 years old to figure out what they want to do. That's the good work that you guys are doing over there, Diontae, Tachelle, and Diane, and Javier. See, when we work with young people young, and we get them excited about the future, and we get them prepared and organized, this is the results you get. Young people who are driven, they know what they want to do, they know where we got to go, and we just got to support them. So thank you 100%. Thank you both sides of the conversation, because we're going to support these young people. Get with the movement. Get with the movement. You heard what Tachelle said. Go to the website, support, donate. We're going to make sure these babies get these college tours, and they're going to get the funding that they need to go where they need to go. We believe in it. We believe in community, and we believe our sponsors is going to be there for us to make it happen. And y'all young people, just keep going to school, getting your 4.5 GPAs and 4.0s and 3.5s, and let us handle the rest, because we going to advocate. We going to fight. We ain't going to sleep until we make sure all y'all get the money, the funding, whatever y'all need. We go scream, fight, scratch, crawl, whatever we got to do. We gonna make sure y'all get there, man. So thank you guys. Go ahead, Diontae. I know you want to say something.
Can I say one thing for Diontae? Say something, John. One thing. Diontae, can you hear me? Is he there? Diontae,
Yeah,
thank you for always being there when I need you to be. I don't lift boxes. I don't do heavy lifting. I'm a thinker, not a doer. You know what I'm saying? So when you come into work on Fridays and you open them doors, and I'm scrounging to get them burritos for the kids so they can do scholarships, I want you to know, thank you. Because last year it was just me. Now I got you, Shakia, Hav, and Maya. We finna to get so much dough. We did 750,000 last year. I want to do 1 million this year. It's not hard. School is our hustle. And so my brother, thank you from driving from all the way to Baltimore to Cali, working with these kids in my hood. I'm gonna tell you, and John can back me up, you from Frisco now. You got your DNA embedded in my kids. So don't say you ain't from here no more. I'm going to give you that native torch. You are my brother, and I thank you for helping me with these students, because I can't do it alone. I don't have children. These children are my children. So thank you for just being a man, stepping up, and being the best damn first transitional coach I ever hired. So thank you, brother.
And I'm glad you said that, Tachelle, because you never want to forget home. But in the Bay, we say you get passes. We gonna give you that SF pass, my brother.
Man. Oh man, hey man, it's much love. I appreciate y'all, man. This has definitely become it's definitely my second home for sure though, man. I appreciate y'all and thank you, Tachelle. Thank you to John. I know Rico, I know you want to say something too. I'm once again, man, I just gotta say thank you. I'm blessed to be here. I'm not gonna say I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm not gonna say that. I'm supposed to be here, man. So it's a blessing. Shout out to Anaya, man. I know I met you a couple months ago, but I feel like I've known you for years now, you know, just seeing how far you've come. And I know you're still going to bigger heights. All I'm gonna ask is one thing. When you get to your last semester, your senior year, I just want to get an invitation, you know, to your graduation so I can surprise you with something, man. So just keep me in mind. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep me in mind because I'm always keeping you in my prayers. So proud of you. And don't forget, your last semester, okay, Mr. Diontae said invite him. I got a surprise for you. So shout out to you, man. Appreciate everything that you're doing.
Definitely. Go ahead, Rico.
I just want to say amazing shout out to is it Anaya? Okay, yeah. Like you doing some amazing stuff. Hey, that's another mentor. My daughter over here. I don't know if y'all seen her come on the screen. She was like, she hecka pretty too. I said, yeah. Hey, no, for real. Look, I got 3 mentors for my daughter. Hopefully, Tachelle, I think that I need 100% for all my kids. I got 4 of them. We got to grandfather them in. I got a 5-year-old. I got 11-year-old. I got a 13-year-old. I got a 16-year-old. Because what I'm seeing here is y'all creating pathways, clear pathways. And I'm speechless right now because I really be doing this work, right? I was a team program coordinator of so many programs, and I really see the pathway to really getting young people careers and really getting them doing what they really want to do. And y'all being supportive and not, shifting nobody in no direction. Y'all saying, look, what you want to do, we're here to support you. Look, this is the clear path to that direction. You know what I mean? And I commend y'all on that. But Anaya, I commend you for sticking on the path and saying, you know what, I can do anything but fail. So, you know what I mean? Keep doing what you do, sis. Everything gonna be good. Look, you already blessed. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You good. You have a great one.
Rico.
Henry.
He said 4.5 GPA, man. Come on, man. Like
that's
community,
what I'm saying, baby genius.
Come on, community, like we talk bad about our young people, how they don't do. When we got these type of scholars, man, let's show that love, man. 4.5 GPA. Come on, man. Off the charts. Off the charts.
With college credits, though. Don't forget that part. Like she in college right now. Like Anaya, like I don't even understand how tears are not rolling down my face. But I'm telling you right now, I'm more proud of you than I was of my other student that got that full ride to Southern because you was a finalist. You went through 400 kids to get to the finalists, and it's only 4 finalists. You all that in a bag of chips. Anybody tell you that you're not? You know where I'm at.
Tachelle, you gotta stop talking about tears. I'm a Pisces too, and you make me emotional to say tears.
You do. And Rico, word. I'm telling you right now, your kids have a spot. You tell me when and where. We got a hub that's open. We there Tuesdays and Thursdays. We got a community hub. Fridays, Diontae got all the seniors in there doing work. Saturdays, I'm working with the BSU. So me and your daughter, we can exchange lip gloss for knowledge. Lip gloss for knowledge.
I got you. I got the 16-year-old boy go to mission, so we're gonna need some support with him for sure.
And all I can say is, man, bring them through. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Bring them in.
I got
Take them under my wing, man, and I'll listen to them.
So, man, well, here we go, you guys, as we wrap this thing up, man. First of all, thank you, young people, for staying patient and disciplined tonight. I know the night is long. I know y'all educating in school and have homework. Thank you for giving your time, but it's very important that community see you guys and understand that you guys are the movement, and we are behind you here at Both Sides of Conversation, 100% College Prep. We are going to continue to support you guys. We are going to continue to collaborate and make sure that all you guys have the things that you need. It is very important, community, that we support our young people, especially these young people who are doing and going above and beyond. These are miracles right here in our community. Shout out to all our officials and people who see things happen in our community, but to actually see it here tonight in the flesh is just a beautiful thing. And we're going to keep highlighting and promoting our young people here on this platform. This is what it's all about. We are not into holding the torch too long. Me and Rico believe you got to pass the torch. Leadership, involving innovation, like DJ said, you got to be able to let the young people lead. We got to step behind them and support them, because sometimes the narrative that we was taught sometimes will hold the future up for our young people, and sometimes we just got to, as adults, step back and give them the torch and let them continue to run the relay. And very, very, very powerful. My brother Rome, we got some educational people here at both sides of the conversation we're going to connect you with. We've had a couple of our educational presenters who are real estate people. We got Rhea Cotton in Oakland. We got Derek Gardner who came on. We have a host of other people that's coming on, and we would like to connect you with them as well, so you can continue on your real estate life and professional pursuit. And definitely, I know that there are people that will be open to give you more information and more game, how to impact the community. And we know that we need home ownership in our communities and to impact this economy. It's the only way we can build and develop. So thank you, Rome. Thank you, Shomari, for coming on. DJ, Victoria, Mimi, all the young people. Anaya, thank you, young sister. Get a 5.0. Break the record. But just want to say thank everybody. Please, like Tachelle said, go to our website, Both Sides of the Conversation. If you are a community business owner and you would like to use this platform to help promote your business, please go to bothsidesoftheconversation.org so we can get you on here, so community can find out where you at, what's your business hours, so that we can support you from community. Also, if you have someone in the community that we should nominate as a hidden gem to highlight, like these young people here, please go to our website, click on the hidden gem show, and go ahead and register so that we can get you on, so community can know what's going on, where you at, and when we see you, we can salute you and support you in any way we can. And that's just real. That's what we do here at Both Sides of the Conversation. So with that being said, young Rome, I don't know if you can hear me, young Rome, but this Thursday, for our Educational Thursday presentation at 6 p.m., we have a brother coming on. His name is Monty Maxwell. He is in the real estate. He's on the lending financial side. He's going to come on here and teach community about loans, how to get them, with some of the game that the underwriters are looking for, some of the programs that's out there to help our people get into the pathway of home ownership. For all you out there, please join us this Thursday, as we have a phenomenal brother that's going to come on and educate community about these loans, how they work, down payment, and really educate everybody to understand what this PMI is, and these different languages in these contracts, so that people understand. And we want to get more people into home ownership. So Rome, if you got a chance, check it out. We'll have it replayed on our YouTube, but I think that'll be an important show for you to watch as a brother comes on and teach about the lending side, so you can understand the lending side of the business. And then this Sunday, we're going to have our community conversation that's going to continue. We are starting a 2-week series. This week, we are talking about the Black Health Initiative. We are looking for a couple of more panelists to come on with some professional background and talk about some of these issues in our Black and Brown community that's affecting us health-wise, even during this COVID. We have some amazing panelists who already signed up that's going to be on, but we definitely want to get a couple of different perspectives on what's going on and some of the health issues and disparities that's taking place with our Black and Brown people, especially in this time of this pandemic. And that will be Sunday. And then the following Tuesday, we will have another segment of this segment, Hidden Gems, with some more of our young people, some more of our community leaders, and some more of our Black and Brown businesses. And I think that's going to be another powerful show. And we're going to keep this thing rolling. Shout out to 100% College Prep for all the work you guys doing. Diontae, Javier, Diane. I know it's a number of people behind the scene that's doing stuff. Thank you for your commitment and your consistency and your love for our young people, and making sure that they are guided, they have the information, they have the knowledge, and they are organized to go into their pathways and get to the educational and financial needs that they have. So thank you guys for all the work you're doing. Shout out to all you guys that's doing the work. Shout out to DJ at YCD and the rest of the community, people that are impacting the young people as well as community. Rico, you want to say any final thoughts before we leave?
Hey, my final just thought is that tonight we have all proven that the race is not to the swift nor to the strong, but is only to those who can endure, and your possibilities become endless. And that's both sides of the conversation, baby.
Man, thank you guys. And thank you, young people, for coming tonight. God bless everybody out there. Again, the storm is starting. I'm seeing the rain coming down. Please protect yourself out there. Our elders in the community, please, family members, reach out and make sure people with disabilities and our elders in the community have the resources that they need to get through this storm. Check on them. Make sure they have flashlights and the things that they need, especially for our people who have health conditions, especially in Bayview, who have medication that needs to be in the refrigerated. Let's make sure we check on them, because if we do lose power, we want to make sure that their medication is still being refrigerated so that they can use the medication that they need to stay healthy. So with that being said, thank you guys. We're going to end the show tonight. We'll see you this Thursday. This is Both Sides of the Conversation. Continue to support us. Hit the donate button on our website, because we want to keep this platform moving, and we know we need community support. We need sponsor support to keep this thing going, to continue to highlight and uplift our young people and people in the community. So thank you all very much. Have a blessed evening.
Peace.